Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching a Weekend at 1. My name is Michelle Ngeda. We continue to give you coverage of the top stories going on across the country, especially what is happening on the campaign trail in the country. And it is a critical day for those who are aspiring to take the position of Member of County Assembly for South Sea here in Nairobi. 11 aspirants are battling it out in a public debate about what they have to offer.
We're a bit more educated than we were when we sat down this morning.
What we are trying to achieve here is a good candidate for South Sea who can serve the citizens here, who can hear, who is diligent, who is honest, who is accountable for what is his duties to be carried out as per the county legislation.
Now tonight on KTN News, we shall feature a story by Dr. Mombasa Road on young girls and their exposure to HIV/AIDS. The fight against HIV in the country is often met with new challenges, even as some are overcome. Now in regions where the motorcycle, popularly known as a boda, is a major means of transport, school-going girls are easy prey for the riders. This, locals say, contribute to the spread of HIV, early pregnancies and school dropouts.
I work a lot with children in school, and there are a lot of things that children will tell you. My mother tells me to go and look for money hata ya kununua sabuni, mafuta ya kujipaka. And these are girls who are growing up, they are teenagers.
Cake.
So what else would they do? Akipatana na mtu wa bodaboda ule anatengeneza pesa kila siku, they would definitely fall into that trap.
Kama mtu wa bodaboda ako na virusi, naende na mtoto, hata ende na mama wengine, na huyo hakuwa nayo. Si huyu mama amepata au mtoto huyu amepata.
Now, Bishop Peter Kairu is retiring as a Nyeri Catholic bishop after 47 years as a priest. Our senior reporter Carol Nderi sat down with the man Nyeri Catholic faithful have come to respect and admire, and he told Carol he will pray fervently for God to spare this country from ever again going through post-election violence like Kenyans witnessed in 2007.
For the past 47 years, Archbishop Peter Kairu has served with zeal as a Catholic priest. Archbishop Kiro was born in Londiani in 1941, 24th May, and ordained on 8th November 1970 by retired Archbishop Ndingi Mwananzeki. We catch up with him at the Nyeri Catholic Secretariat, and the soft-spoken, tall, lanky man exudes a very easy demeanor that immediately puts us at ease. He keeps time for the 8:30 a.m. interview. He has been the Archbishop of Nyeri for the past 9 years since his appointment on 14th June 2008.
Ordained a priest by Archbishop Raphael Ndingi Mwananzeki on 8th of November 1970 at my home parish at Molo. And then from there I worked for a while in our parish. It used to be called Our Lady of the Rosary. Then from there I was sent to USA, St. John Fisher College, Rochester, where I did sociology and religious studies, BA. It was 2 years, 72 to 74.
Now that he has attained the required retirement age of 75, Archbishop Kiro has to exit the scene and pave way for his successor, Archbishop Anthony Muheria, who was recently appointed by His Eminence Pope Francis. Muheria has been the Kitui bishop, a man Archbishop Kiro says he mentored when he wanted to join priesthood. We are interested to know at what point Kiro decided to pursue priesthood.
So when we were in the primary school, as I said, St. Peter's boys, one of our teachers from Kakamega, he was called Roman Machete, the late he died. So he used to speak to us that in Kakamega, they had African priests. That's how he used to speak to us. So that's how maybe I can say I developed the idea of what I say becoming a priest. Then I used to read the Don Bosco magazines.
And What was the reaction back home, especially in light of him being a firstborn in a family of 9 children? Often African fathers expect their sons to start families and continue the family's line, and a vow of celibacy does not serve that cause.
So first of all, okay, being the first, just as you have said, my father was not keen. You know, he was a carpenter by profession, so he was not keen for me to go to the seminary. So I remember one day we had games at Moro, competition of schools at Moro. So also he called my uncles to come and discuss about my request. So they all refused. It's only one uncle that supported me. So he said, let him go. If he does not have a vocation, he come back to us. Then also my parish priest, the late Father Cunningham, also supported me. When I went to the junior seminary, he volunteered to pay my school fees. So my father also agreed. But when I was ordained on 8th of November 1970, before we finished the ceremony, my father wanted to say a word. So he said, when I went to go to the seminary, he was not keen. But now he's happy that his son has become a priest. Yes.
His joy of being a priest for 47 years has largely been that of transforming lives and doing God's work. Any low moments? We ask him.
It's like, for example, sometimes when you go to the seminary, you have many friends. Then it's not everybody who becomes a priest. But then when you lose some of your friends, you know, where they don't continue, they stop. Like we had some of them from Kiro. He said, yeah, he's not going to continue. So I really became touched. Even I wept.
His posting to Murang'a to start a new diocese was a test of resilience. He went on to stay in Murang'a for 14 years.
1983, and you are starting from scratch. No house. You have to look for money. No office. It is not very easy. And then you have to look for money, even to educate the seminarians to continue their studies. It has not been very easy. But through the grace of God, we managed. I remember there is one incident. We went with one of the priests to Switzerland to meet the donors. So we did not have enough cash for the train. So we carried a batik to give friends. So we had to sell some to be able to get money, to get transport, to buy the ticket. Yeah, so Father sold some of the boutique. We got money. We were able to buy a ticket. Then you were able to go to the other place. And we don't have enough money, you know. So what do you do? Yes, and you have already traveled all the way from Kenya up to Switzerland, you know. So it was quite challenging.
When he went to study abroad, life became a tad difficult when he initially couldn't pass his exams.
When I went to the States, to the college, my idea was to study psychology. But then when I went there to the college, I was not doing well, the examinations. I failed. So now I was like, now what happened to me now? Am I going to go back as a failure? So I went to my advisor. So we talked together. So I changed from psychology to religious studies and religious studies and sociology. So I was doing well.
And on that note, what is his view of the celibacy vow in priesthood?
Seminary, for those 8 years, you are given chance to examine yourself and to see if I am ordained a priest, celibate, no marriage, no children, shall I be able? So you are given chance. If I feel that I'm not able, then you can go and try any other vocation. I mean, to get married and have children. So I was saying that the priesthood is like the vocation of marriage. Even, for example, now when you decide now you fall in love and you marry, you know also that shall I manage, let us say, to be faithful to my wife or to my husband for life. So the also the grace of God helps you to be faithful to one another. So the same also with the priesthood.
What is his view of the scandals that have in the past rocked the church?
Take for example, like now, child abuse, either in Europe and America. So that also affects a lot the church, because now we are both human, both divine and human, and it's only the grace of God can help us to do the right thing. So I say that it is wrong, even for me, for example, if I'm a bishop and I do something wrong, or let us say, for example, being unfaithful to being a celibate or Father Awero, it is wrong. Due to human weaknesses, we fail. That one I cannot deny. Even during the time of Christ, what about Judas? He betrayed Christ. Then also, what about Peter? The one who was chosen to be the head of the church. He denied Christ 3 times with Christ. And Christ had told him, before the cock crows, you deny me 3 times. But then he repented. He was forgiven. So we say the church has got good people, and also sometimes we have the tendency to do evil.
He says the most challenging time for him was during the 2007-2008 post-election violence.
It was terrible. Terrible. So that was one of the worst experience, because you felt you are helpless. You could not help them. Even when the father could ring, when they started burning the houses. Bishop, can you help us? They have started burning the houses at 3 a.m.
His only appeal to Kenyans is that there will still be a country to maintain even after the August 8th election. He is looking forward to welcoming the new Nyeri Archbishop Anthony Muheria and guiding him in his new duties. Muheria was introduced to the clergy in Nyeri on May 9th and will officially be introduced to the Archdiocese of Nyeri on June 17th. The widely travelled Archbishop says though he is retiring from administrative work, he will continue with pastoral duties and perhaps write a memoir now that he has some free time after retirement. Carol Nderi, KT News, Nyeri.
To the Nairobi governorship race now, and independent candidate Peter Kenneth has told Nairobians that incumbent Governor Dr. Kiro has failed to utilize the funds available to develop the Nairobi City County. Speaking during his governorship campaigns in Utawala area last evening, Peter Kenneth said the governor has access to nearly 68 million shillings every single day, but has failed to show Nairobians what that kind of money can do for the city. Kenneth also insisted that despite pressure from his Jubilee opponent Mike Sonko, he was not going to step down from the race.
Na tunaelewa yale mambo ilikuwa inafanywa na ambaye haifanywi sasa. Ile huduma ilikuwa inapeanwa na wakati huu hakuna. Na hii tusipochunga tutakuta ilienda. Sijui kama mnajua serikali ya Kidero imepewa pesa ngapi kwa hiyo miaka 4. Imepewa bilioni 100. 100 billion in the last 4 years. Hiyo 100 billion ukiiweka kwa kila siku kwa miaka 4 ni 68 million a day. Hiyo ndio serikali ya Kidero iko nayo kwa 68 million a day. Hiyo pesa ilikuwa ileta huduma hapa Utawa, ipeleke Kariobangino, ipeleke Kawangwa.
Has set aside 300 million shillings to fight the spread of armyworms in various parts of the country. The Ministry of Agriculture has said it has constituted a multi-institutional technical team of experts drawn from the public and private sector to guide efforts towards the management of this new pest. Speaking at the Meru ASK show on behalf of the Agriculture Ministry, Devolution Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri said the infestation of the armyworm has been detected in Trans-Nzoia Nzoia, Bungoma, Uasin Gishu and Nyeri since March this year. The pest spreads fast and has a potential to cause 100% loss in a wide range of crops such as maize, rice, sorghum, millet, pasture and some vegetable crops.
We are currently facing some key emerging challenges in the agriculture sector, which include the impact of climate change and the emergence of new pests such as the fall armyworm. Infestation of the fall armyworm pest was detected in Trans Nzoia, Bungoma and Uasin Gishu counties in March 2017. The pest spreads fast and has potential to cause 100% loss in a wide range of crops such as maize, rice, sorghum, millet, pasture, and some vegetable crops, among others. The government has already constituted a multi-sectoral, multi-institutional technical team of experts drawn from the public and private sector to guide efforts towards management of these new pests.
Archbishop Cornelius Korir has asked parents with children with disability to register them so they can get necessary help. His sentiments were echoed by Dr. Stanley Kamau of Ahadi, Kenya. The two were speaking at Kobil Primary School at Elgeyo Marakwet County, where families with disabled children in the county gathered during the commissioning of the poultry and bakery project sponsored by the Lotto Foundation. The projects are meant to enable the families to sustain themselves. The small homes also received a PA system and a 500-seating capacity tent. Any money coming out of the hiring out of the tents and the public address system will be used for the upkeep of disabled children.
In the next time we are coming, next time.
We've been able to give out a bakery, tent, PA machines, and an agriculture chicken project. The main purpose is to provide a certain platform for sustainability. The institutions here were reliant on outside donors, and we're looking at a platform where they can generate some income themselves to sustain their budgets.
We ask other charities, organizations to come in to support these children, and we ask also the government, national and county governments to support the children, and secondly, after they finish their education, they employ them. We want to thank County Elgeyo Marakwet and for employing one of them to work in the county's office.
The Jubilee rallies are going on in Uasin Gishu, where President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to lead the second rally in Chengoroch. And the first rally, led by Deputy President William Ruto and Kapseret Rift Valley politicians, promised Kenyans that this time Rift Valley residents will not be used to cause chaos if the results are disputed.
Ya kaunti ya Uasin Gishu. Tukiongea hapa leo, tuko na barabara kilomita 380 mpya ya lami inajengwa kaunti ya Uasin Gishu. Kutoka hapa Rivertex, hiyo barabara inaendelea kwenda Simat mpaka kule Kipkaren. Ni kweli si kweli? Barabara ya kutoka Dries na Iberi inaendelea, ni kweli si kweli? Ya kutoka na Iberi kwenda Moiben, baadaye Kapchorwa all the way to Kapcherop, kilomita karibu 116 tayari inaendelea. Ni kweli si kweli? Barabara ambayo tunakuja kuanzisha next week, kwa sababu contractor amepatikana, kutoka Eldoret town hapo kwenda Kiplombe kwenda mpaka Soi, kutoka Soi mpaka Kabenes. Hiyo barabara vile vile tumewawekea pesa, na hiyo barabara tunakuja kuanzisha next week. Barabara hiyo ingine ya kutoka hapa juu ipitie Kapseret hii yenye inaitwa Eldoret bypass, ambayo tulifanya kazi hiyo na watu wa Africa Development Bank. Hiyo barabara kutakuwa na exchange kubwa hapa Kapseret center yenu hapa, na hii barabara itaenda hivi, ipitie Goromosho pale, iende Mail Soko Waluko, alafu itembee iende Kitale. Mauna hata? Na hiyo barabara mumeomba kidogo diversion hiyo, consider it done. Hiyo tutafanya ikae mzuri ndio iungane na ile barabara nyingine ya kwenda Ninwendi Sima Tengyun. Mauna hii kidogo ilichelewa bypass kwa sababu tulikuwa tunaomba pesa kutoka ADB, lakini ile ingine ya pesa ya Kenya hiyo inaendelea mara moja. Na hii tumepata no objection, and in the next 3 weeks itakuja kuanza. Sawa sawa. Na kazi zile zingine zote hapa Uasin Gishu 2013 watu ambao walikuwa na stima walikuwa 67,000. Leo ni watu 1,210. Tumeongeza 3 times wale watu ambao wameunganishwa na stima county ya Uasin Gishu. Agoginda iwake kondo 1 billion na bogenyini kinakta estimate ko to kogorik chun tom konyor. So gergeit kipset ak kiptip. Ako gergeit nin agni. Anane ole. Maunata? Na vile vile tumesema kama county hii haiga mwae wei kabla sijasema hiyo nabaga oliane hii mambo ya Rivertex hapa, managing director yuko hapa, tumeweka pale bilioni 3 pesa mpya ya kupanua factory ya Rivertex na nunua new equipment. Vijana ambao wameajiriwa pale saa hizi ni 600. By next year mwisho vijana watakaoajiriwa pale ni 2,800 ambao watapata kazi. An extra 2,000 young people. Nyinyi vijana mnanisikia? An extra 2,000 young people ya kutoka sehemu hii wataajiriwa katika kiwanda hiyo. Vile vile tuko na kiwanda ya kutengeneza laptops ambayo tunataka kupanua, tayari 1,300,000 imewekwa hapa. The first phase ambayo inatengeneza laptops 200 kila siku imeanza, na tunataka kupanua hiyo kazi mpaka ikifikia 2-3 years. Hii rununu simu muko nayo haitakuwa inaletwa kutoka nje, tutakuwa tuna assemble hapa Eldoret, ndio tupunguze bei na tupatie vijana wetu nafasi kufanya kazi. Na vile vile muliona rais alikuwa China 2 months ama 1 month ago, na tumeweka sahihi special economic.
All right, well, that report now brings us to a close here on a Weekend at 1. It is 54 minutes past the hour. We thank you for staying with us. On behalf of the entire team, led by our associate editor, Noah Tieno, and the director, Bramila Sewa, we do wish you a good afternoon. Do stay tuned to KTN News. Our sports team will be coming your way at the top of the hour with 1 hour of all your sporting action. Good afternoon.